Hello guys, Dexel Programming here, and today I'm going to show you how to use user input. User input is when you take information that a user will type as in a text box, or it can be anything, like say you have the radio buttons like I showed you, where you can take it like you're making a survey, just have to delete that, or like anything, and use it. For example, a calculator, you would take just a simple one where you just enter two numbers instead of having buttons, or you can use buttons and set it so when you click the button, it'll do something. So the way you would do that is, I'm going to show you guys how to enter it with a message box and with a text box. So what you want to do is put two text boxes on screen, just randomly there, and a button. Let's organize this. There. So what you want to set is set the text button to show my name. So what you want to do is make this longer so it'll show everything. There we go. So we'll just keep these as text box 1 and text box 2. Actually no, since I'll show you guys how this can be useful, is change the name so you have certain text boxes. So this will be the text box where they enter the name, so we'll just call it name text box. And this is the thing that it'll display it, but we won't use that yet. We'll just call it display text. So double click on the show your name button, and we want to create a variable. This is for, I'll show you first how to do it with just a message box, and say dim name as string equal to name text box. And you can't just leave it at name text box, because if you do, it'll come up with an error. You can take a string from with the text box. So what you want to add is dot text. So what this is saying is you have a variable that is name that is equal to whatever's entered in this text box. So next, what you want to do is to show it, so you want to say have a program that'll just say hello to them, message box. Then you want to put your parentheses, quotation marks, hello, and remember to have a space after you put the second quotation mark, because that's telling you it'll enter. Hello is only 5 characters. It'll enter 6, hello plus the space, so when you tell it to put the name there, it'll put the name after the space, so there'll be a space in between the hello and the name. So after you have your end quotation marks, what you want to put is and, not like actual and, you want to put the ampersand, press shift on a 7. Then you want to just put name, because that's the variable. You could also put in name textbox.text, but just use name. And there. So what this is saying is when this button is clicked, you'll have a variable called name, just name, and it'll equal to whatever's entered in this text box. Then I'll have a message box that'll show hello and the name. So let's run this program. Now you can put like Joe Smith and show my name. It'll say hello Joe Smith. You can put Dexel. Hello Dexel. So yeah. Now I'm going to show you how to do it with the text box. So we're going to keep that. We're just going to remove the message box. So now we set this, the name, to display text box. So what I want to do now is just tell that display text box to be equal to whatever entered in the name. So now what we put is display, we just put the name, display text box dot text. So that's telling you that whatever because this is the text where that's showing whatever's entered. So what this is telling is to go into properties and change it, because that's the text, because that's what we're changing. Is equal to name. So now what this is saying is when that button is clicked, it'll have a variable name that is equal to whatever's entered here. And now, oops, what I click? What I do? You have to reattach that there, I think. Sorry, I dragged that down, and now it's not attached there. But anyway, so what this is telling it is it'll set the display text box, the text that is in the properties that you can change, is now equal to whatever is entered in this text box. So let's go ahead and do that. Run the program. Put Dexol. So now when we click this button, it'll show Dexol there, and you can change that. You can put Dexol, it'll show that too. It'll just show exactly the same thing. Now this isn't very useful, but if you have a big program where it's like keeping track of tons of stuff, this can be pretty useful, and you can just like tell it to get this information and come up with it. You can also set it to say something in the name. So just like what we did with the message box, you want to put a quotation mark that says, let's see, hello, hello. Then what you want to put is space and quotation marks and name. So now it'll say hello. And let's just say Joe Smith. And now we'll say hello, Joe Smith. Hello, Joe Smith. And if you don't, every time you click that button, it'll say hello, Joe Smith, or whatever hello and whatever's entered here. So you can say hello me, and if you just run a program that says hello me, there you have it. So that's pretty much it. Next thing, I'll teach you more about the if and how you can use it for different things, different stuff you can use here. Actually, next tutorial we're going to be needing this. Anyway, you'll see next tutorial. Bye!